guys, welcome back to our channel.
And today we're here with
Holly
and Ben
and Charlie.
We've been drinking mojitos.
It's been a great day.
Yes.
Yeah.
The purpose of this video is to give you guys love advice. Because we thought we're such perfect couples. Like everybody would love to know what we have to give to you guys.
Okay.
Hashtag couple goals.
Yeah.
Let me just drink a little more.
We've made a video like this a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. So we thought, hey, let's do it with Holly and Ben.
So we asked you guys to send us the questions you had, what you want to know from all of us, and here we go. Are you ready, guys?
I am. I'm a little intimidated, but you know what? We'll do our best.
For how many years have you guys been together?
8.
You better get that right. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
We're actually coming up on our 8th anniversary of when we sort of like had that moment, if you will. What about you guys? How long have you been together?
7 years.
7 years.
Oh my gosh, we pretty much met around the same time.
we did.
I know.
So exciting.
There's
Crazy.
gonna be some solid advice for the people.
Don't expect too much, please.
Yeah, last time we gave awful advice, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, let's start with a question that is already quite negative. When do you know you have to break up? I feel like I would break up when I just don't feel the love anymore. And maybe you've tried stuff already to fix it, but it's just not working out.
Yes.
I kind of feel like there's many people that are stuck in a relationship thinking that they love the other person, but they're just used to living with that person.
Sometimes you have to be kind of selfish, because I feel like many times you're thinking about the other person, and it could be that the other person is super in love with you and they don't want to let go of the relationship or whatever. But life is short to be stuck in a place that you don't want to be.
It's weird for me to think about breaking up in this context because well, her and I, but all 4 of us are in very happy relationships.
Yeah.
So I do think there is something to be said for like not giving up just because there's a little bit of strife or conflict or like misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes, in previous relationships, it has been abundantly clear. And what you said really resonated with me. Like, I just wasn't happy. I was like, you know what? I was so much happier alone. And that's probably a good sign that it's time to end it. But I also don't believe like once you really commit to someone that you should just end it at the first sign of like you're having
hardship
issues.
Yeah. Yes, queen.
I'll drink to that.
Yes, queen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to not giving up just because it got a little hard.
That's what she said. Is the next one?
That was not us.
It sounded like a fart. It was not a fart, right? Was it?
That's Agustina when
Luckily,
she's really tired.
This is the
It's
part
a long
that never ends.
Okay, next one. Ready?
Yes, we're ready.
How do you keep the interest in your relationship after a long time of being together? I think it's cool to try just random things that maybe neither of you would have done before, or like get involved just for one day in the interest that your partner has.
I could definitely use that advice because like there's some I feel like Ben and I are so similar in so many ways.
Yeah.
But then like when it comes to some of the things he likes, I'm just not like he's watching all of Naruto, and I'm just like I can't get into it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
But maybe that would be
Hold on,
good.
I'm not trying for you to get into.
No, is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's totally like I'll do that when you're taking a shower or something.
Yeah. While running on the phone.
Right. Like when I'm walking Charlie, I'm like,
Finally, I have time to watch my series.
I feel like we have pretty interesting lives in the sense that we don't really have a routine of like a 9 to 5 job and like just get home and have dinner and go to sleep. That keeps it interesting on its own.
And we're pretty crazy.
But also challenging because we're together 24/7.
That's true.
And at one point we have nothing else to say, like nothing new that the other one doesn't know already.
I think something that you can always do is like every day just think about 5 reasons why you're grateful for your partner.
Yeah.
And
That's nice.
and like I also go through the vows that we said on our wedding day, and I'm like,
Cute.
I try to make sure I'm always doing those things because like I also want to be the best wife that he deserves, you know.
We have to step up our game.
It says, oh my goodness, this is a crazy one. It says, how can I break up with my boyfriend? Girlfriend, what is going on?
I'll be the worst.
I mean, she's just procrastinating.
Yeah. But I hate confrontation too. And I feel like the worst confrontation ever is like breaking up with someone.
So would you rather be broken up with than break up with someone?
No.
My advice would be to do it right now, right in that moment, because you cannot get around it.
It's like a tequila shot. You have to take it straight.
Okay,
Great
like
analogy.
that.
You really need to like have the points that you want to make. Like if you want to leave them with a message or let them know why you're doing it, write those things down and then tell yourself that no matter how much they try to convince you, you are not going to be like, okay, we'll try it again.
Just because
like,
you feel bad for them or something.
So just like once you've decided, go and do it and don't procrastinate any longer. Rip off the Band-Aid, take the shot, whatever analogy works.
Okay, this one says, how do you know when you found the one?
Oh, you guys start.
Oh my goodness, it's so
How do
weird.
you know?
How did you guys know?
Yeah, tell us, how did you know?
How did you know, love?
Both of you.
Okay, so this is weird because when I met her, I was with someone else. And what I felt was like I wanted to be part of her life and I wanted her to be part of my life.
Yeah.
Not in a romantic way.
Just like,
Because you weren't even thinking about that.
You know, it's like, I know I want her in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's awesome. And then time passed by and I was just like still interested. And then the first time that we actually, you know, went out and we had the opportunity to hang out, it was just freaking magical. Like,
It was over a year later after we met.
yeah.
like, I texted her like, this feels like a really good dream. Like that
like,
was
"Mama,
pretty
Dad."
good. Nothing really mattered around me.
Yes.
It was just like me and her, and that was it.
Anytime I had ever talked about the future with anyone else, it was a little scary and terrifying and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And with him, like I could not get enough. Like I was just like, wow, like he's just such a great person and I just want to spend more and more and more time with him. I mean, you put it so well. Like I just didn't, I like you were everything that mattered. I was just like, oh.
Wow.
I want to cry so bad.
Don't make fun of us.
No, I'm not crying.
She's serious. She's serious.
Oh my god, sweet. Charlie hugged me. I didn't love.
You're so cute. I really
Instead of
love
saying, Yannick, hug me. Charlie, hug me.
I was hugging her too and she's like, Charlie.
Man, that's beautiful.
Honestly, it's really special and I was someone I never like dreamed of being that girl that got married or any of that, like at all.
Yeah.
And with him, I was like, I want it all.
And I want it now.
I was patient.
For us, I'm just gonna say ×2.
Oh my gosh, how romantic. How romantic.
He's always been known to be a romantic.
Yeah, German style.
Yeah, I'm German. I'm not talking about my feelings.
Das ist sehr gut.
From the beginning, from the moment that we met, we just had amazing chemistry.
And we both said that, like, man, we just get along so well.
We were already best friends, like a few days after we met.
Yes.
And we could talk for hours.
We were having a lot of fun, and we were also just friends. Like I had a crush on you, but you had also a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
were
we just like
friends.
had a great chemistry, and then we were not together for like 2 years.
Yeah, but then we started Skyping.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how many feelings you can have even though you're not even with a person, but
Yeah.
you're only on Skype.
Yeah.
So I think that showed me like, wow, this person is special.
Yeah. One day we were in Germany and we had a horrible fight the day before that we're not gonna talk about, but we had an awful fight and we were still not a couple, right?
You weren't a couple
Oh
yet?
yeah.
No, we weren't a
You
couple.
fought as
like
friends?
we were like quedando.
Okay.
Like we
you-
were in the process.
Right.
But we fought because of something.
Whatever.
And I don't want to remember. No, but we
Click
fought.
here for the story. Just kidding.
We fought like horribly, and then the next morning we were talking, and we realized we really cared for each other. And I think that day we said I love you. Like
Yeah.
the day after
Wow.
our worst fight, like horrible fight, we were like, I love you. I was like, I love you too. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Like it's so unexpected, but it's
Yeah.
so sweet
Well,
because
you guys figured out that you really care about
Yes.
each other
Yeah.
so much
Yes.
that you fought for whatever reason.
Yes, yes. So it was quite special, I think.
It was.
you guys are so
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys are good. I think it's a mojito.
Hug me, Charlie.
I think so.
Right? Charlie's out, but
Hug me, Joss. Love
Oh my
is
God.
amazing.
And
Okay, this one says, it's so cute. I mean, it wasn't for me, but it says, how to be like you, so successful, nice, and great people. This is for you too.
No, I said
all
for
of
Holly,
us.
Ben, and
Oh, that's so
Johnny.
sweet. Thank you for that lovely comment, honestly.
Yes.
Well, you know, how to be like us.
For us, it took a lot of work. At the beginning, we were fighting a lot. The first 2 years were awful.
Well, not only.
Well, in the sense that we were fighting a lot.
We were, yeah. But
That was Joss's take.
it's like actually they sucked.
Well, it sucked because we were in a long distance relationship, which is also not great. And then we were fighting constantly. Mostly because of me, but also, I guess, you.
yeah.
It takes two to tango, you know what I'm saying?
We had to do a lot of introspection. And like figuring out maybe this is the reason why he's feeling this way and trying to understand, but it took a long time and we're still working on it.
I mean, if you think about it, for a couple to be able to get along, it's like you're coming from completely different worlds, you have different communication styles, you have different love languages, so the fact that we can even understand each other and like not fight that often is like huge, you know what I mean? But at the very beginning, you're working all that stuff out. Like you're figuring out, like for me, Ben learned that words mean so much to me, and he can say, like, I could say, do you love me, baby? And he's like, no. He could say no and then give me a kiss or like, you know, hug me. And to me, the word no is the thing I'm gonna remember. So yeah, it's definitely true that you need to constantly work at it, and you should never expect your partner to come all the way. You have to come halfway as well.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch this. Like when I'm like, I need some love advice, I'm gonna come and watch this video. Last question, and Ben gets to choose it.
Look.
That's a funny
so
one.
funny.
So the last one is,
Yeah, let's go for it.
how do you handle the farts?
I want to know that about you guys.
Oh my god.
What happens to
Tell them our embarrassing story. I don't care.
Do you
it's
fart in
fine.
front of each other?
Okay, I don't know. I think with farts, it's something that obviously happens, right? It's just natural.
Farts happen.
Especially in relationships like us that we spend 24/7.
Like, yes,
Together,
Miss Holly farts.
Are we really talking about this? Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna talk about
No, do it. Do it.
I don't
It's
know
fine.
holy farts because
Do
I
it.
don't know. But
It's
I'll
fairy
never
dust.
have it.
Fairy dust.
The first time I farted in front of her,
Oh my
It was
god.
the cutest.
it was really it was embarrassing, as you can imagine. But we were in the living room and we were cracking up. We were
There were
laughing
two
about
couches.
something. She made me laugh so hard that one of my farts escaped.
It was like a little like
I
a.
was like, hi.
It was so cute.
And I was like, oh no, like she heard it. She heard it. I'm so embarrassed. She thought he was really cute and she like
I wanted to
ran
go
after
over
me.
and hug him, and he's like,
not the time.
"Stay away, stay away."
Don't come close.
I literally just wanted to go and hug him.
So
That's how you know it's
I
love.
think farts, they could be very nasty, but they're extremely funny. So if you can turn them around from being nasty to
Yeah. And when was the first time Holly farted in front of you?
funny, no, you do.
Oh, you're so good.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you guys the story, and I think it's very adorable that he allowed me to share it, and he would have allowed me to pretend this didn't happen if I wanted to.
Okay, good.
But I will, because we're getting vulnerable here. One day, like, you know, sometimes when you just like something that you eat hits you the wrong way, and you're just like, oh, okay.
Cramps.
And you just feel like the bloat. So that was me. We go to bed, like we were really exhausted too, you know what I mean? We were too tired to like, I mean, we probably said goodnight, whatever.
Yeah.
And I rolled over and I like kind of lay like on my stomach to help, you know.
Yeah.
But I was mostly,
watching TV.
I was
We
mostly
did not
pointing
say
my back at him. And all of a sudden it came out and it was silent but violent. And he goes, "Baby, are you mad at me?"
Really? That's what you said?
Why are you
I
doing
just
this?
look around and I'm like, I saw her and
It was like very cold.
she didn't even look at me. She was just like,
Take it or leave it, bro.
and I'm like, why is she acting like this? And why is it smelling like this? And so yeah, I just didn't know what to ask. I was like, are you mad?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Why are you making me suffer?
Who would do that on purpose?
Like, just say something like this, like get out. You know? If you're making me like smell it, then just stay here. That's just violent. Like, that's an aggression to you. other half. You know what I'm saying?
You were like, this is inhumane.
This is not cool.
Make it stop.
Good night, baby. You're my everything. Take this and smoke it all night, bro.
It was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I think that's a great way to end the video.
Oh, no,
What
about us?
Nothing, we're done.
Well, we're out of time.
Oh my god. After that, do you guys fart in front of each other comfortably? No.
We're still respectful about it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not like, oh, I feel it. But like, I kind of feel like the bed is like,
The safe area.
yeah, like la base, ¿sabes? Like,
Sexy time or maybe not.
Why are farts so funny?
I don't know.
So,
Farts are hilarious.
so for us, we were on a flight. And the turbines of the airplane are very loud, right? They're very loud, and I thought it was a safe moment.
Why would you do it in an airplane, dude?
you are that person
And she did it on purpose.
Oh my.
She was like pushing.
I knew it
She's
needed
like,
to happen.
Time to push.
I mean, that quesadilla, you know?
No, it was like that chicken pasta. They started, and I thought this is a safe spot, and I've been needing to do this for a while, so might as well do it now. And I thought nobody's gonna hear. Like I could tell that it wasn't gonna be smelly. I don't know. I felt it. Right?
Okay.
So I just went for it, and then it sounded louder than I ever farted in my life. It was like there was a microphone. It was so horrible.
It was so loud. Like, imagine the turbines. It was so much louder than the turbines.
He was like,
And the funniest thing
and
is,
everybody's wearing masks. By the way.
she was wearing a mask, and I could only see her eyes super big, like looking at me.
And Yannick was like, you farted. And I was like, shut up. And he was laughing so hard, and I was like, please don't make a big deal of it, because there were people sitting next to us. And I was like, they're gonna know if Yannick starts acting weird.
Oh my
And it
god.
didn't
so
smell.
funny.
It didn't smell.
Oh, that's
Oh,
all that
okay.
matters.
But it
The loud
sounded.
ones never smell.
That was so loud. I've never farted that loud in my life. It was awful. It was awful. And now you. I don't remember the first time.
Well, honestly,
You have.
when?
You have.
When? I don't think I have.
I gotta be honest, I
Really?
always want Yannick to fart in front of me just so I can feel better about myself that I farted in front of him, right?
His digestive system is like just
I want-
doing everything right.
Yes.
No air coming
And
out.
she's like walking up behind me, and she's like, go now.
No.
I did not hear it.
But you did it at least twice because I was asking, like you told me you had to, and then I was like, do it here because I need this relationship to be equal, right? Like you need to feel as embarrassed as me, and you did it twice, but they were both quite silent. When you just hear like you know, like some hair, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, I have a tip if you guys are ever like in a friend's house
Yeah.
and like you're going to the bathroom and it's like right by the living room, you know, when that happens.
Well, what do you do?
I can't believe I brought this
Are
up.
you serious? That's what
So, because if you're gonna like let some air out, because you know you have
Yeah.
some air, and you don't want it to like be like,
That everybody hears it. Yeah.
just put toilet paper there and then let it out, and it won't vibrate. It won't vibrate. It won't.
The
I
hell?
swear. So just a little tip for you guys.
Or grab your dog and put it in between the cheeks.
What you're doing right now?
Wait.
Let me demonstrate.
When have you tried this for the
me
first
show you.
time?
Well, okay, so
would you
my
come up
best
with
friend's boyfriend in Mexico, like their living room was here, and the toilet was right off the living room, so it was
Yeah.
super awkward. And so in my head, I was like, what is actually making that noise? And it's like,
Yes.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it's gotta be like the skin or
That's
something.
flapping.
Yeah.
Skin flapping.
So I was actually really proud of myself. So I was like, what if I just put some little, like, just kind of like,
Paper there.
like muted it, and, stuff. And then it was just like, I'm like, oh my god.
It worked.
It freaking worked.
Wow.
So
That's a product, a butt filter.
I cannot believe I just shared that on the internet. Well,
Yeah.
cheers.
Subscribe for more hacks like this. Miss Holly coming through with the hacks.
That's gonna be your first TikTok vlog.
And we still cannot fart comfortably in front of each other.
No.
Till this day.
Well, I guess we've graduated from that point.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was the last question.
There's a second part to this video on their channel. So if you want to check it out, go to her channel in SUPERHOLLY.
Yes, and it's gonna be in Spanish, but don't worry, there's gonna be subtitles.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Then.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Adios.
Cheers.